welcome back to budgettravelerchris.com. We're here at the place where I live here on Malahat, and I've got my beans, as you can see here, and they're growing 2 stories tall. And these are from seeds that I got from a community garden that I've saved, and yeah, I'm just really impressed at how a few beans that you see from a few seeds that you get from a local community garden can turn out like this in a very small garden. It's only about, probably maybe 12 feet by 3 feet. So in a small place, you can make yourself some food to grow at home to have a simple, happy, healthy life. And this is the backyard of my place where I live here on Malahat. Looking up there at the trees, it's fairly shaded here, so got a lot of these trees are, bringing shade. But you get enough sun, probably get about 8-10 hours a day of sun, so these beans here seem to be growing just fine. And we've got peas, and the peas actually, they're about 2 stories tall almost as well, so we'll take a closer look at them. The peas are really nice size. They might even be too big. Some are kind of thin, and then that one's fairly thick. So the beans, same thing here. So this bean here, you can see the size of my hand compared to that bean. So that's a good for a seed, because it's too big, it'll be tough. But these smaller little beans, those are the ones that are still tender and they taste nice. So we'll try and pick some of these beans here. And there's some smaller ones down here. You just have to see them. They're hiding everywhere amongst the big beans that are good for seeds. So big beans, good for seeds, small beans. And these are Red Scarlet Runners. So the hummingbirds absolutely love these. Here's the little hummingbird. Hi, hummingbird. You can see how they're growing initially up a little bamboo stake. And then I've got twine that I hung from the rafters up there. So they've grown all the way up to the rafters where I nailed up twine to support them. And then we've got one black bean here. And the black bean is a really interesting looking bean. Never grown these before. These are black beans like you have in Mexico, but they're actually purple looking. But look at that, they've really produced big. They're probably the biggest producer. And if you look at the leaves are bigger leaves too. They've got really big leaves on them, and they're my favorite. Now this is a white bean, and the white bean just has little tiny beans on it. You can see the little tiny beans, not too many. So the white bean seed, there it's got a little yellow flower. You can see the yellow flower here. So the purple beans actually have a purple flower. One bean at the end here has a white flower. So here you go, folks. You don't need a very big spot to grow yourself some peas and beans. So you never know what you're gonna see here on Budget Traveler, trying to show everyone how to have a simple, happy, healthy life. So stay tuned while I go to my mom's, and she's going to help me put them into jars. And they're called dilly beans. And they're about $8 or $10 a jar in the store. So I'm going to hopefully show you how to preserve some of these things as well in my series of simple, healthy living. So stay tuned, everyone. And there's the hummingbird, busy pollinating. Loves the Red Scarlet Runners. The Red Scarlet Runners are one of their favorite colors, but they pollinate the brown, purple, and the white flowers. They like pollinating all the flowers, but they're these hummingbirds, they're very busy pollinating my beans. I thank them very much for it. And we're going to use some scissors and start taking these purple beans here. These purple beans here, I'm going to cut them off here using scissors. We'll just snip them off. So that'll help avoid breaking them. So we got quite a few beans. You can see some way down there too. Yeah, this is the second story we're at here. These are 2-story tall, these beans you're looking at here. So you gotta love it. Beans that are growing 2 stories tall. And beautiful hummingbirds coming here to pollinate your beans for you. Alright folks, well we just finished picking these, all the smaller ones. We've left these big ones on here. These big beans here are going to be good for seeds. You can see them bulging out already. So we'll leave these big beans on here. And here's some Red Scarlet Runners that are a little big too. So they'll be too big and woody, but they'll be great for seeds. So we'll let them get big and then we'll dry them out for seeds. And this is how many beans we picked here. Folks, that's a huge bag, you can see. And a lot of purple beans there, just off that one plant, eh? So that one plant of one strand of purple beans, that one that ran up there, I think there might be 1 or 2 on the strand, but that one strand of purple beans, or black beans you can call them, that's producing more than all of these other, 8 or 10 other strands of beans there. So this is what we got today, folks. So you don't need a big garden. This is like 12 feet by about 3 feet with a few marigolds in there for pest control and a bit of wood chips on the bottom for retaining moisture. And there you go, folks. That's how easy it is to grow a few beans and peas. And oh, we're going past the Summit Lookout here, and the traffic here going along the Malahat is very gridlockish, as you can see. Here we are approaching the Arbutus Ridge Golf Course. This is only about 1 or 2 kilometers away from where I grew up, and was from the time I was 2 until I was about 19 when I moved out, went to college. And they were just building this resort here when I was a kid. I'll roll down the window. It's called Arbutus Ridge Golf Course. And that's their clubhouse up there. They have a few houses up there. And I guess you can get to, that's called the West Gate there. And where my mom lives here is in the main gate. So we're going to go in here through the main gate. This is the main gate to where my mom lives. So this is driving in the main entrance here of Arbutus Ridge. So a little bit of a view of the gated community where my mom lives. So explain what's in your garden, Mom. I'm not much up on flowers. Those are petunias, are they? Huh? Yep. Oh, I guessed right. Petunias. And Grandma's favorite, your mom's favorite, were these ones right here, right? Yeah, and she used to keep those in her basement over winter. Yeah, she did. She loved them. And those are her variety, probably. You've kept them, right? Oh, they're different? So this is the extent of your gardening when you just moved down from the Queen Charlotte's, where you had probably an acre of gardens, eh?
3 lots. Well.
And lots of vegetables. Here they won't let you grow vegetables?
That's not a good idea. There's deer.
Oh, they'll eat everything unless it's fenced, yeah.
Tomato.
Oh, you got one tomato plant. There it is. Look at that.
We have another one.
A high-producing tomato plant, yeah. Yeah, it's been years since I hung out in this area. This is where I grew up, but now my mom's back living here. We're going to make some dilly beans today. And I got a bag of dilly beans. What do you figure there is? There a couple pounds worth here?
Yeah, probably.
So how many jars will this make, you figure?
Not very many.
Well, they're $8 or $10 a jar in the store, so if you can make, 4 jars or 5 jars, that's $50 worth of dilly beans. So there you go. Looks like this hedge is pretty nicely, perfectly pruned, eh? That one here.
Yeah.
So here's the beans I've got from the garden. And you figure there's a few pounds here.
Yeah?
3 different kinds.
Yeah.
The smaller the better. And I'm wearing my new birthday shorts from my mom. I haven't even taken the tags off yet.
Yep,
But
they fit
just
good.
to prove that I can't believe I fit into a 32-inch waist, because I used to be like a 52-inch waist.
Probably, well, maybe
So
not.
about 20 inches bigger.
Yeah.
So here you go. Here's the 32-inch waist edition.
Okay, very good.
And we're gonna make dilly beans now.
Okay, right now.
Alrighty, get to it. So the first thing we got to do is wash them. And then we're going to cut the ends off. So the 3 different bean kinds. I've got enough for 2 jars of the purple beans, enough for 1 jar of these kind of beans, which look quite nice. And maybe 2 or 3 jars of the Red Scarlet Runners. I'll add some dill here. This is the recipe. It calls for 3 pounds of beans chopped, trimmed off, which I just did. Half a cup of dill weed, which we got there. 2 cups of water. 2 cups of vinegar, white vinegar probably. 4 tablespoons of salt. 4 teaspoons of sugar, not very much sugar. And a little bit of 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. Then you parboil the beans, covered for 5 minutes. Place immediately into very iced water. When chilled, pack the beans upright in sterile jars and add the dill, half a clove of garlic, heat the vinegar, bring to a boil, pour the jars, and put in a cool, dry place. So that's quite a technique to follow. And that's all a part of getting the sterilization process done here. Getting the jars. How do you know when they're hot enough?
Oh, they just stay there until
Oh, until we bottle them, so they're the same temperature as the boiling water? Or close. Enough to kill bacteria, right?
Yep.
So the purple ones are going to boil for 5 minutes. Covered. And we're getting some more of these Red Scarlet Runners prepared. And we only have that many of the other kind. And then this is the brine water that's got to be boiling, right? That we pour over top of it into the hot jars. Right? So they've been boiling covered for 5 minutes. And that's the cold water dip they're going into now?
Yeah, I see how they're there.
To stop them from cooking.
Yeah, right away.
5-minute timer is letting us know. We've got some garlic getting ready. And getting the little beans ready. And these Red Scarlet Runners. What do you want? Do you want the pickles in the jars here now? Or the beans in the jar?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. And we already threw some dill and garlic in the jar. Now we're going to put the beans in.
Oh shit, I forgot to. Oh, I don't have the beans in there anyway.
The first jar is done. Well, here's the final product of what we got out of that bag of beans here. Got 4 jars. Cooks down a fair bit. You only cook them for 5 minutes, but yeah, that's all it makes there. So stay tuned to budgettravelertrip.com for more new and exciting tips on how to live a happy, healthy, simple life. Making your own preserves here. And the stuff you grow. Doesn't get any better than that. And these jars here, they floated up a bit because they weren't fully packed. But these jars are fully packed, so they stayed where they were put. So there's a tip for you. If you want whatever you pickle to stay where they're put, pack them tight. Tip of the day. Thanks, Mom, for doing this. My mom's showing me how to do this.